Hello, everyone. Welcome to Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. I'm so happy to be here with my colleague, medium Kelly Eckhart. Kelly, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here too.
We
Welcome
are
and
so
join. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we're so excited. We're part of the Voice America team now. So thank you, Voice America, for having us. And thank you, everyone, for joining us on our live video also. But we want to tell you that we'll always be on the Empowerment channel on Voice America. So today is our premiere. It's our first show. We're looking so forward to bringing you information. We have some live guests coming up. So we'll be telling you about that during our program today. But first, I just want to say hi. I'm Cheryl Murphy. I'm a medium and psychic. You can always catch me on my website, mediumcheryl.com. And I want to change it over and turn it over to Kelly and let you introduce yourself, Kelly.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kelly Eckhart. I am also a psychic medium. And Cheryl and I, we work together a lot. And so I had this opportunity to be part of Voice America, and I wanted Cheryl to do this with me. And because who else would I ask? She's the best person in the world, and we get along so well.
Thank
So
you.
we're going to tell you today more about our show, what we want to do, and what you can expect from us, and how you can call in for questions and answers or email us and all of that. And I'm going to hand it back over to you, Cheryl.
Thanks, Kelly. And just welcome everyone. Our program is called Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. We'll tell you a little bit later, but we do have a private Facebook page or a public Facebook page. We have Instagram. We have an email that we'll be telling you where we'll take call-in questions. We'll take email questions from you. We so appreciate building the Seeing Beyond community. So I want to begin talking today about why we're different, why our show's different, and why we were called, or Kelly was called and then invited me in, why our show is going to be so different for you today. And I just want to jump in and just say, look, Kelly and I are regular people, right, Kelly?
Yes.
We're just regular go people. We have families. I know Kelly has beautiful children that she'll be telling us about. So we're regular people. We have developed our mediumship and psychic abilities. We'll certainly share our stories later in the show today. That's what our show is about today. But first off, I just want to tell you, look, Kelly and I know for me anyway, I know we're still learning, we're students still on this path of light and healing and a beautiful, connecting with spirit and with source energy. So we hope to bring you really just some exciting, empowering, enlightening, insightful shows in our program for the next few weeks. We'll be together always on Wednesdays, always at 3 p.m. Pacific time. But Kelly, why don't you let us know, why is this show different? Why
Well,
are we being called to do this?
I want
Yeah,
to share a little bit about the show and what we're going to do,
thank you.
because on our show, we really wanted to create a space where we could talk about different areas of spirituality and different beliefs, different modalities, all kinds of stuff. Because like Cheryl said, we're just normal people. We just happen to talk to dead people, but we're normal people, and we're always looking to learn, and we are excited to bring a lot of experts on the show to really kind of dive in there and share their experiences and their knowledge with you guys, and as well as our own knowledge on every show, and answer questions. And I thought, what a great idea to do that on this show like this. And I know other people are doing things similar, but they're not me, they're not Cheryl, we're different. I'm a mom. I have children. I have lost a son. I'm also a grieving mother. I have a lot of life experiences, and I have a gifted child who feels spirit and stuff. So I have all of those experiences, and Cheryl's got her own stuff she brings to the table, which I think the two of us together, we blend well.
Yeah, we do blend well. And we're always interested in empowering others, right? We're always interested in self-development and how we can share the information that we learn or that we experience through this spirit world. So that's what we're hoping for for our audience members, is that they can call in with their questions or once again, email them to us. But we're really excited about bringing valuable information, right? It's such an important time in history right now. I mean, never before have so many people been waking up to their spiritual path, right? Having all
Yes.
these empathic, spiritual awakening people.
Amazing. And that's the thing. We're in such an amazing time right now in our world, I guess, because
Mhm.
there is this big awakening. There is this big shift that's happening. And it's been, anytime there's change, it's uncomfortable. It's not always easy. And I think that there are a lot of people searching for answers. And we want to be here to give them the ones that we have, and we want to search with you. That's who we are. I mean, if we don't know it, we want to find out. So we're excited that we have the show. We have an email that you guys can email anytime you want during the week or whenever, any questions that you would like us to maybe answer on the show. And you can even email them right now while we're on the show, because we have the email open. So the second half of our show, we are going to be answering any emailed questions, or anything, and taking live callers. We'll give that number out shortly. So, that's going to be the second part of the show right now. But we're excited to really, explore with you guys anything we don't know and share everything we do know, and just really kind of help guide anyone who feels connected or drawn to us.
So we hope that you listen and you get involved with our Seeing Beyond community. We want you to join the conversation, right? We're all in this together. Kelly and I are providing a safe place for you, right? We're providing a really nice platform for everyone is welcome, right? No matter what you're feeling called to do, whether you're a healer, a light worker, whether you're just curious about connecting with source energy or the other side. And Kelly, I just want to say that's really helps with the title of our show, Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. I mean,
Yes,
that kind of goes, that's why we got that title, right? That's how we
right.
created that.
I love it. Let me tell you, it was hard to come up with a title.
Because
But
we
I
want
do
people,
think, yeah, I
yeah,
do think it encompasses all that we were hoping for,
yeah.
and that we hope to share with you all. We're very excited about this, and I can't wait to really kind of start taking live calls and all of that, and also share my story. So Cheryl, we wanted to share our stories now before the break, right?
Yeah,
There will be a break, but on Facebook, you guys won't have a break. You'll just see us.
I
But the
think it's
radio will go on break. So why don't I start with my story, and I'll be as brief as possible and then give you some time to go on to yours. Okay.
okay.
So I just wanted to share who I am and a little bit about myself. I am a psychic medium, but I'm going to start my story with really, my journey, I guess we'll say, because my first experience or my first memory is a past life, and then being in the spirit world, watching my own mother give birth to a brother that she put up for adoption, my brother that she put up for adoption. That was 13 years before I was born. And I know that I continued to watch the family grow. I was my mom's sixth baby born. So I know that I remember all of that. I remember everything. And I remember my whole first year of life and so many other things. I've always had my gift. It's always been there. I've always had a connection to my angels, but as we get older, you realize that that's not something you can talk about. So, I learned to kind of keep it to myself, but I grew up in a very, eclectic, dysfunctional family. And we played tarot cards. When I was a kid, I got a tarot deck for my 11th birthday. We played with the Ouija board. We played all kinds of stuff. My brothers and I always felt spirits everywhere we went. It was just part of who I was, and the family I grew up with. So I was lucky in that sense. And I grew up in Venice Beach in the 70s. I mean, everybody was into the stuff back then. So that was a lucky part, and I was blessed with that. But I also grew up knowing that it wasn't something I should share, and it wasn't something I should talk about. So it wasn't until my youngest son, who's 15 now, was born, he's my third child, that I really embraced this gift, because he had the gift and I wanted to help him and teach him how to really survive in this world with this being so sensitive and being so open, and teach him how to manage his energy. And through that, I fell in love with mediumship and was like, this is all I want to do. And it became my passion, my life work. And what I do for a living now. And that's kind of how my journey started. There's a lot more to it. That's the condensed version because I want to give Cheryl time to tell her story. But
Kelly,
that's
can
it.
I
Yes.
just, and Kelly, and have you tell people why today's date is so, I mean, how synchronicity was
Okay.
orchestrated.
So
Okay.
I lost my son in 2016. His name was Ron, but we called him RJ. And one of the things was is he was a big pothead and he was 20 and I hated the pot. I got mad at him. And ever since he was a teenager, he had smoked it and I was always getting mad at him. And they would get hotel rooms and they would always get 420, the kids, and they'd take pictures and make a joke about it. So it was a big joke. And literally the week he passed, every night for 4 nights, my laptop turned on at 4:20 a.m. and freaked out my daughter and my nephew and everybody that was staying with us because it was out there where they were sleeping. And it was just so strange. I even shut the laptop down, but it came on again. So I had to unplug the laptop. And so it was kind of like one of the first signs he gave to me, and he continues to give to me, is the number 420. We always know whenever we see that or notice it, I wake up at 4:20 in the morning, or I see it at 4:20 in the afternoon, and my son's around. It's like him saying hello. It's become, kind of a funny joke from him from spirit. I love signs, and I'm real big on sharing signs and seeing signs and having people open up to them because they're amazing little gifts from spirit. Thank you, Cheryl.
You're welcome. Because when it came time to pick the date for the radio show, this was, I mean,
It
this
just
wasn't
happened to fall on 4:20,
just
and I was like, that's the day we have to start. It has to
and
be
Kelly's
that
like,
date.
yes, that's it. That's it. I mean,
Yes.
so Kelly, just is so surrounded by your son and angels. Kelly, I mean, we feel your light, coming off the screen here out of your voice. So it's just such an honor to be with you and to learn more about, you and your family, right? Because I know
Yeah.
that there are other, synchronistic signs that you get from RJ, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you get lots. So we'll
But
be hearing.
share your story, Cheryl, because
Okay.
you're amazing too, and I want to hear it.
Okay, well, I'll just begin by saying that I grew up with a psychic family, right? I grew up with this being a normal, everyday thing in my family, in my house. My mom had books on Edgar Cayce, on other books that were available, around psychic just stories. And so my brother, who's closest in age to me, as we were growing up, we're very young, and we're lighting candles and calling in Abraham Lincoln, having seances, because to us it was fun, it was natural, it was just a part of, practicing, so to speak, right? And then you get a little bit older, and then my brother shared books with me that he would read on the subject, on psychic development, mediumship. And my mom is an actress, right? She's an actor on stage and screen and movies. And back in Houston, growing up, they would have after play parties. All the actors would get together, and all of them are very creative people. So they would all talk about, the afterlife and the other side. I mean, this is just one of their many creative sides to the entertainment field, but they were very open people, and they were very kind and very curious. And I just told myself, I want to study this. Like I want to really know the answers that my mom's friends, that they're all asking, because they were all around adult age, and I'm still growing up going, I'm asking the questions. And if you're still asking the questions and you're older than me, then I want to go for the answers, right? So I knew that's what I wanted to do. It's what I wanted to study. And Kelly, I mean, even though I did follow a traditional job career path, one day Angel World came to me and said, Cheryl, we need you to do this full time. You've been doing it part time long enough. We want you to step into full time. And they really did help me. They said, watch the magic of the universe, and I felt the hairs on my arms stand up, and they helped me, right? They helped me, just get on my way, and step into this power, this amazing, loving, beautiful power. And I've met so many people in the mediumship community Kelly, you're one of them. I just can't tell you how many lovely mediums and intuitives, healers I've met just even today and still meeting. So I'm so excited about being a part of this field, and very honored and privileged to really share or teach whatever I can to help people really tune into their own abilities and, find their own path and find their own spiritual strength, so to speak.
Find your tribe.
My
That's what I
tribe,
always say.
yes.
It's the first time I ever felt normal
Uh,
was at my first mediumship class. I remember coming home and telling my husband that was the first time in my entire life I never felt like out of place. I didn't feel, I had never felt like I fit in. And I have made so many beautiful friends in this community. I feel like, I'm blessed and lucky to have been, you know, around the people I'm around,
mm,
especially, when you're going through grief. And, when I lost my son, people I hardly knew, but maybe were acquaintances in the spiritual world, like other mediums reached out to me from all over. And it was just so beautiful. And I got messages from people, and, like what a beautiful connection that we all have. And I just think, I wish everybody could share that. Wouldn't it be great if like
it
the
would
whole
be.
world just felt connected, because how much we can learn from the other side, right?
Well said. Well said.
Yeah.
And just to add to that, Kelly, I looked for classes just so I could be around like-minded people. I'm looking for mediumship, psychic, hey, anything, because it wasn't talked about a lot, or not. I maybe where you were in Venice, but not where I was in Houston, Texas. It was
Yeah.
just, not really discussed outside the home, even though inside the home it was so natural. So when I grew up and I eventually made my way to Colorado before coming here to California, but in Colorado, I really found some classes that I could meet like-minded people. And like you said, Kelly, it's like coming home. It's like, oh, I can talk about this, and
Meeting
share.
people too that you feel like you'd known your whole life, because you probably had, you just don't remember them from like another life, right? But it's like the connections, it's like, oh, I know you, you know? That's
Mhm.
how it was, I think, when I met you and when I met Allison. It was just so clicked so nicely. And I love that, because
Yeah. And
that doesn't happen when you're an adult. That happens more when you're a kid,
right, right.
because
And
kids are more open. But as an adult, it's so hard
definitely
to meet people that you connect with.
right.
So it was great. It
Yeah,
was
and
great.
really the way I met you, Kelly, and Allison Gannon. I mean, it's very synchronistic, and we'll get into that maybe when we have Allison Gannon on the show, or
Yeah.
we'll tell our story maybe 10 times before then. But just when you start following the synchronicities of spirit, and you start maybe listening to your own gut instinct or your own, which feels better, and what excites you in life, that's really where the spirit world is becoming where you feel empowered, where you feel I am in tune with my higher self or my higher guidance system, right?
Right. It's great, and like I always tell people, I don't know everything, and my
Mhm.
word isn't the say all. I only know what I know because it's like my own knowledge, right? But there's so much in this world that we need to learn, and we can learn. And I think when we stop learning, it's a sad day, because we need to keep growing and evolving the older we get. I also feel like if we're always expanding our mind, we're going to live longer.
Right.
So the more knowledge we have, I feel like the longer we're going to live. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I like to think that.
And I love it. And the more curious we are, right, the more we can understand, and the more we're going to evolve. And
Right.
what we feel about something today may change, right? Because we're open to new ideas or new understanding,
Exactly.
deeper levels. So we have so much to be grateful for, our teachers and mentors that have taught us, that have taught, me. And I know Kelly has taken, like she said, some classes. So I mean, we have a lot to be grateful for. The people we know in our community, our students, because Kelly and I are both teaching now also. So we'll be talking about that. You'll be getting to know us more as we progress through these next couple of months for sure, with Voice America and our Seeing Beyond Living Transformed community. So yeah.
Let me just say too, join our, go to our website, seeingbeyondradio.com, and subscribe to our email newsletter, and stay, that way you can stay in tune with us, and we'll send replays of the show if you missed it, and so on. But also I wanted to share, like, our first guest, which is next Wednesday. I wanted Cheryl to talk all about her because she's an amazing, amazing person. And I love her energy. Her name's Lori Albert. So why don't you share about her, and maybe just, we'll tell them that I'll just say she's going to share about Lori. We have 3 minutes till we go on break. And we have a lot of great guests that are going to be coming on the show. We have AJ Barrera. We have April Nicole. We have, help me out here. Oh, Thomas John. We have
Lima Bergman.
Kimberly Meredith,
Yep.
Lima Bergman. We have some amazing people. We're super excited. Lots of different subjects we're going to cover. So you tell them about next week's guest, and then we're going to go on break real quick. We have 2 minutes.
Right. Well, we'll be on every Wednesday at 3 p.m. All right. You can always see us. But let me just tell you, next week is our very special, right? Because it's our first guest, and we're always honored every time, we can have these amazing people joining us on the show. We have Lori Albert, who is not only an amazing person and human being, but amazing medium. Very, very spiritual. She has studied meditation, and she'll be talking about that. She teaches meditation now. She'll tell us about her journey and studying with David G. Lori Albert is also a book author. She has written a book called Manifesting a Journal for Beginners. So we're going to really open up some questions for her. And that's why it's important to tell you about those email that you can reach us, email questions or call in live. But Lori Albert is next week's guest, and we are so honored that she'll be joining us.
So Cheryl, you want to send us off to break?
Guys, we're going to go ahead and take a break. Thanks, Kelly. We'll be right back after these messages, but we are so excited to be here. And thank you again for staying with us on Seeing Beyond Living Transformed, and we'll see you after the break.
All right, ladies, we're all clear.
Okay, thank you.
You're sounding great.
Oh, thank you. So everybody on Facebook can still hear us, right? Is that how this works?
Yes.
All right, awesome. So we have what, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pop over there, Cheryl, and look at any comments, because we can't really follow the comments on Facebook while we're doing this. And I think everybody knows that. And we can also give like the phone number. We get that ready. I've got that open, I think. Do you have it open, Cheryl, with the phone number?
Yes,
for them to dial in? Oh, perfect.
888.
She's got it somewhere. I think we wrote it all down.
866-346-9141.
888-346.
Oh, thank you. 888-346-9141.
The wrong number.
Yeah, that was a misprint on our end.
Yeah.
There. Okay. We'll have it memorized.
We will.
It's honestly the only one I have memorized here. I don't know why. Just kind of rolls off the tongue for me. I don't know.
Okay, so
you're having fun, right? We discussed in training that it was the most important thing to have fun.
yeah, we always have fun together, Cheryl and I. That's why I
Good.
picked her and wanted her to be on the show with me. I didn't want to do it by myself because I think I'd feel like I was talking to myself, and I don't like that.
That's why I always wanted to co-host when I used to have a show.
Well, I feel like I don't like the word co-host. I feel like we are hosts together.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm like, because co-host almost feels like one's better than the other. And it's not, we're equal, her and I. That's how I feel.
Dynamic duo.
Yes. Cheryl's my
Back
buddy.
in 20 seconds.
Okay, great. Coming back here, Facebook, so don't go away. And we have quite a lot of people on Facebook following. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody, for showing your support.
10 seconds. All right, you're going to hear the rejoin, and then you'll be live. Here we go.
You're listening to Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed with Kelly and Cheryl. If you have questions for the hosts or guests, you can join us on the show at 888-346-9141. That's 888-346-9141. Now let's get back to the show. Here again are Cheryl and Kelly.
Welcome back, everyone, to this, our first broadcast, our first radio show with Voice America. And thank you, everyone who's joining us. I'm Cheryl Murphy. I'm sitting across from medium Kelly Eckhart. We're talking about our new show, our new lineup series. We want to tell you more about, we told you about our first guest, Lori Albert. If I can, I want to talk to you about some topics we're going to be talking about. We not only manifesting meditation with Lori Albert. I think she's also going to be talking about, anxiety or help, the benefits of meditation for people who are anxious, and or maybe empaths also we'll be talking about. So please, that's a first one to join. That's an important series next Wednesday at 3 p.m. Also, we're going to be talking about angels, Kelly. We're going to be talking about angels and empowering yourselves and connecting with angels. I love that. Angels and
Yes.
spirit guides.
And ghosts and NDEs and
Yeah.
all of those amazing different subjects that everybody wants to talk about.
We're also going to have Jules Davis on talking about Reiki. She's a wonderful Reiki master. She'll be talking about crystals and the power of crystals and talking about energy healing. So we're going to really be excited to have her on.
Yes, that's awesome. We have so many amazing people. I can't remember them all. And I'm so excited though. It's like a little kid in a candy store, like, oh, I can't wait for this person to come on. And we feel so honored that they want to come on our show with us.
Yeah.
Cheryl, should we share the phone number for them to call in?
Oh, please.
What is that? Do you have it? You wrote it down? 888?
I do. 888-346-9141. So if you'd like to call in with a question, whether it's about anything for me and Kelly or anything around the show, please call in 888-346-9141, or you can email us at seeingbeyondradio.com.
And if you're on Facebook, I pinned that number to the top because I think the number we put on Facebook was wrong. So I put the right one now. Sorry about that.
But getting back to our show, Kelly, can I just say that we're going to have some really great shows about really some interesting issues, just about day-to-day stuff, right? Just like how to use your intuition on a daily basis, whether you do it personally, a professional, whether you're a professional healer or medium or psychic, or personally, we think this show is right up your alley because we're going to be sharing tools or techniques, as we said, about, how just to ground yourself. I mean, it's so important to ground yourself, starting your day off in gratitude. Really important ways to kind of stay healthy, spiritually healthy, and be spiritually nourished.
Yes. And just, like she said, daily tips and techniques, because, what works for me might not work for you, but maybe Cheryl's got something different because we're all unique. We're all individuals. So I do think that you're going to get two different perspectives, different tools, different ideas from both of us, which is exciting because you might get something that works for you from both of us too. You never know. We do have some email questions, Cheryl, already.
Oh,
so can I read one?
I'd love to hear one. Yes.
So from Ariel, she asked, oops, hold on. My email just went weird on me. Okay, hold on. It wouldn't let me open the whole thing up there. So she says, I'm going through a rough patch with my best friends and I don't know what to do. I think I need to open up the whole thing. I don't know what to do, just feeling so hurt and confused right now. So she wants us to, tune into that. And do you want me to go first?
Sure, go ahead.
So Ariel, I feel like, this happens sometimes with friends, but it doesn't mean it's the end of the world, that you're not going to have your friends forever. But we all go through, I feel like this might be what you're going through, is different. We're at different places at different times in our lives, and our friends sometimes don't resonate with us energetically. And to me, it just feels like you're in a different place right now, and it's a good place, and they're not quite there yet. And so that kind of puts a little bit of a rift in the relationships. It feels petty, not that it shouldn't. I know it feels worse, but I feel like they're being petty in a sense. And I feel like, I might be wrong, but it feels like, you're going to figure this out and you guys are going to work through this and be stronger for it in the end. These are friends that I feel like you've had for a while and they're not going anywhere. And I don't think they're bad friends. Like I said, I think you're in different places right now, you and your friends. What do you feel, Cheryl?
I love what you said, Kelly. And just to send our blessings out and thank you for your question, Ariel. But I do feel that you taking a few moments or, trying to find your own power, your own way of, sitting with this energy, sending love out to your friend, love and light, but also bringing in that love and light for yourself. Because as Kelly said, I get the same answer as far as you both will be friends for a long time to come. And it's really about, treating each other with respect, with kindness, being gentle and being, just taking that time for yourself too before you do speak again. And really, trying to understand another person's point of view, but also knowing that you're going to get through this. You really will. So take a moment, maybe you do some writing or some journaling. And yeah, go ahead, Kel.
We have 3 callers on hold.
Oh, we have 3 callers on hold. Well, Ariel, I hope that helped you out. And just stay tuned to our show, and we look forward to answering any more questions you have.
Thank you for emailing, guys. There's another email question. We'll try to get to that, but we're going to take the callers right now. So do you want to start with Jane from New Jersey, Marie from Las Vegas, or Mary from New York? Oh, Mary hung up, or Marie hung up. So we have Jane or Mary from New York. Which one would you
Let's
like
go
to
with
take?
Jane. She was our
Okay,
first
Jane from New
caller.
Jersey.
Hello?
Hi.
Are you there?
Yes, can you hear
Hi.
us, Jane? You're live.
I can hear you.
I know, Jane.
Yes, you do.
This is my friend Jane
No.
in
Hi.
New Jersey. I thought that was her. I was like, huh. That's why I was letting you pick, Cheryl.
Oh.
It's like, I didn't want to show biased, but thanks for calling in, Jane. And if you want to ask a question, Cheryl's great at, I'll let her answer because I know you too. I know too much about you.
Okay. First, I just wanted to say it was so strange. I worked so hard to find you and get on this call, or like to watch you, and I couldn't find you, and I finally did, and I'm so excited that I did.
Yay.
And when I was listening to your show, when you guys were first talking, for some odd reason, I got so overly emotional, and I just started crying for no reason, and I have no idea why. So I just wanted to just express that, and I just got really emotional for some reason. But I do have a question. My question is, I'm in a rut right now with my job situation, and I just wanted to see if you may see anything or feel anything about a path that I might be on right now, or a change that might be happening.
Well, hi, Jane. And look, do you have any pets, please? Like, do you have a cat, Jane? Because there's a cat coming around.
I have 2 cats and a dog.
Okay, because you feel like an animal person, Jane. And I just want to say, I think there's a part of you that's opening up, your spirituality. Okay. And also I felt, I know. And the reason why it's so emotional, hearing us talk in the beginning, and we're happy that you're part of the show. I mean, thank you for your energy and mentioning that, because I too felt really a little emotional when Kelly was telling her story about her son. I mean, and this is what happens is energy's everywhere, right? We feel it in our hearts. And I just want to say you are in tune with your higher guidance. You are in tune with, maybe there's something else out there for you, because I felt as if you needed to do some writing. So I don't know if you write, but I definitely feel writing at least would help you, because I do feel a change or a shift coming, around employment, like you're going to step back. And it's like keeping the bridges open with your employer, what have you, but it's almost about doing something more for yourself is what I'm feeling. Can you understand that, Jane?
Great. Oh, that's wonderful.
Because your path is opening up, Jane. I just want to tell you, and you are an animal communicator, because I felt that. Yes. Lovely pets. So please know that, I just feel like, look, don't deny yourself this beautiful way to speak, either telepathically or, just maybe a mind to mind, or even an intuitive sense around animals. Because I'm also hearing that you're a healer. So I don't know if you've looked into healing, but you are definitely, I feel like the healing arts would be something you might look at, whether it's hands-on healing, or we're going to have a Reiki master on our show soon, Jules Davis. But Reiki healing would, I just feel, right up your alley, Jane.
And let me just
Oh,
say,
that sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Jane, you know
so
what I'm
much
going
for
to
that.
say? You need to move back to California.
I think so too.
Just
Definitely in the works.
All right. Well, thank you, Jane. Let's take one more caller. We're going to let you go, Jane. All right. Thank you.
Okay,
Let's take
thank you so
Marie,
much.
and then I think it's getting close to the end of the show.
okay.
So if
Mary
we can
first,
get,
Mary.
oh, thank you.
Hi, Mary.
Hello?
Hi,
Hi,
can you hear
Mary.
us?
Hi. Can you hear me?
If you can turn your volume up a little bit more.
Is that better? I put it on speaker?
Ah, Kelly, I
can
can hear you, but
barely
you sound
hear.
very far away. But go ahead and ask your question and we'll see.
Hi, it's you both know me. It's Mary Byrne. How you guys doing?
Oh,
Mary,
hi.
I can hear you
I
better.
hear you now.
Hi. Yeah, I wanted to ask you something that I've never asked before, and maybe it'll help people who are listening instead of asking about money like I always do. So this has basically been on my mind for like 2 years. Looking back, I know I picked up signs that the pandemic was going to happen. I didn't know what it was at the time. It's a lot to get into about what the signs were. Did I just happen to tap into it? Was I chosen to? Do you hear this from other people? And did I miss an opportunity with it? Like there's positives that actually have come out of it. But looking back, definitely I was being given signs that it was coming. And I really don't have any peace of mind over the whole thing. Was there something that was supposed, I mean, I couldn't stop a pandemic, but
No.
was there
Can I
something I
just,
was supposed to do personally? What opportunities did I miss? Why me? Was I just the only one? Did other people pick up signs?
no, there was
I mean,
so
it would
many
take a while to
people.
explain all of them, but
Yeah. Mary, can you hear me?
yeah.
Oh, there were so many people, I think, that picked it up. The thing is that there's so many people that are walking around in a world that are so unaware that they even have gifts or even acknowledging the things that they're picking up. And so to me, it was more of an awakening for you. And like you said, there's been some positives that have come out for you. I know because we've read
Well,
for you before that, things were really difficult for you at one point. And I do see
well,
that you're
they
so
still
much,
are. They still are. I'm still
but you're
pursuing
such
the
a,
same
so
dream
much,
on money. But I just feel like other people have gained and I haven't. And I
you
just feel like I
didn't
missed
miss
something, but I
anything.
also don't understand why.
I think that you're going through, your own shift and your own changes. And I think that,
Okay.
you're being pushed by the universe, I feel, into this new direction that maybe you're perhaps fighting a little bit. Do you understand that?
I don't know. I don't really know. I just know that I've been carrying this around for a couple of years, that I realized I was seeing it coming. And sorry, it's just upsetting because I just didn't know that's what it was.
Well,
Yeah.
and
And
Mary, may I just add and just saying thank you so much for calling in. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of people can relate because we do have those precognitive insights or dreams. Even it's a precognition where we feel or we can understand there's something coming, whether it's a natural disaster or you mentioned COVID or whether it whatever it could be. But it's about acknowledging it and stepping more into it, because I feel if you sharing your story with us today has helped you open up in some way, and you writing about it, talking about it, voicing that into the world is almost opening up more of this energy field around you, to where I really get a sense you're stepping into more of having precognition or opening up to more of your intuitive abilities. So I would say that got your attention, didn't it? It got your attention. And now it's something about allowing it and surrendering it and knowing that, you are definitely a spiritual human being and you are having this amazing experience, and you will be stepping more into that, is what I'm feeling.
Let me just say one more thing too, Mary. You say that things haven't gotten better for you, but I have to say, from the beginning, when we first met you till now, you are so much different. You're such a much, you're energetically, like you're lighter, you're more open, more, I feel, ready for love in your life, not necessarily like love relationship. I just mean you're accepting of it now in your life. And I think that, you know, your perspective maybe needs to change, because finances aren't what make us happy. I know that we need them, but maybe looking at things in a different perspective and finding the good in everything might change the way things are coming to you. Because, you know, remember, we attract things by our own actions, our own thoughts, our own moods, right? Like attracts like. So if you need more finances in your life, like more money, start looking at your life in a different
Stability.
perspective and trying to manifest things, you know, differently. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, you always make sense. You guys always make sense. I understand. I'm just frustrated because I just feel like I'm missing something, because I keep circling through the same things.
You
But
have a
as
gift
far as
that you should embrace.
And your perspective,
far as-
Mary, on how you sensed that coming into the world, that whole experience you can write about, talk about, share, because the way you picked up that information is different from everybody else. And that's what makes you unique.
And I'm sure a lot of
Well-
people listening are like, they're relating to what you're going through and what you've experienced.
I thought that you know, this is a bigger format to bring it up in, and then it might be something that people can relate to, because well, I just hope that you guys would consider on one of the shows maybe talking about being troubled by something you're picking up on, and how do you deal with that, because it didn't feel good when it was coming up. It didn't feel like something good was coming, but I couldn't place it.
You
And
know,
it was
I
a few
can
months
totally
after things
understand
really
that.
started to hit in New York, I suddenly went, oh my God, that's what I was dreaming about. That's what I was seeing.
So
And I can't stop a pandemic, but I'm walking around feeling responsible. That I
you're
didn't
not
do something.
responsible. I mean, don't feel that way. We do have a bunch of people on hold, Mary. I'm sorry,
Sure.
but thank you for calling in. Thank you for the amazing question. And I think we will talk about what to do when you feel troubled. I can totally relate to that feeling. So that's a great subject, and
It
we're going
really
to
is.
add that to our list. Thank you.
Thank
And we're going to let you
All right,
go.
bye.
And do we want to take one more caller? We have about 9 or 10 minutes left.
Yeah, we could do one more. That'd be
One
great.
more, a really quick one. So Marie, I think is the next one.
Oh, hi. This is Marie.
Hi, I think you
Marie.
need to turn your phone down in the background.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, your computer phone.
Okay, I'll turn you guys down.
We can hear ourselves.
Put it on. I mean, your computer phone. Got it. So I just 86'd it. Is that the right thing? On the
I don't know.
volume?
Maybe. So we
Oh, no.
we
Now
just
I
have
won't
a
be able
few
to hear
minutes,
you.
Marie. We just wanted to kind of answer your question if we could really quickly, because we have to finish
Yeah.
up the show here real quick. We just have a few minutes. So what's your question?
Okay. When will our new home come? We have to vacate where we're living 4/30/22.
Wow.
Been looking, have an agency helping us.
I feel like it's a God thing in a sense, like it's just gonna like at the last moment, you're gonna find something, but I don't think it's gonna be ready like right away. Like you're gonna have to wait a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. And I feel like it's worth the wait. That's what I feel.
Okay, do you know how far away that would be, Kelly?
I don't feel like it's that far away. I literally feel like you're gonna find this place like the last week, the last few days at your house, or the day you're leaving the house. Like that's what I feel. So it's not ideal situation in the form of timing, but I think there's a reason for that, and just trust that reason. To me, it feels like, you know, the right opportunity, the right home isn't going to be available till like that point. Does that make sense?
Okay. It makes sense completely. And it is actually what I felt.
Oh, well,
So
look at
you're
that.
just confirming that. And thank you very much.
You're
So
welcome.
helpful. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Marie, for your question. And thank you, everyone, for calling in. I know we have to wrap up here in the next few moments, but we definitely want to continue talking about our Seeing Beyond community.
Next, yes, we want to, you know, continue this discussion. We want to want you guys to email us questions. I know that we got an email already from Debbie earlier we didn't get to, and I'm sorry, Debbie, but don't give up. We're going to keep all the email questions available and try to answer them when we can. So know that, maybe we're going to answer them on the next episode, the next show, or whenever we have time on the next show. So also join our newsletter, sign up for it at seeingbeyondradio.com, and then just subscribe to our newsletter, because we will send out replays. And join in next week for our next guest, Lori Albert, and learn some tips and techniques for, managing your energy. Okay. Cheryl, you have any final words that you would like to share?
I just want to thank our callers. We have a couple of minutes left, so I just want to thank Marie, Mary, Jane for calling in, and those everyone else that's been trying to reach us today. We do try to take live calls every week. So look, please join us every week at 3 p.m. Pacific time on voiceamerica.com on the Empowerment Channel, or also for those of us, for those of you seeing us on live Facebook, we appreciate it. Kelly, I'd like to leave people just by letting them know that Kelly, is a beautiful medium, spiritual healer. She does compatibility readings, I know. So I know, Kelly, your website is mediumkelly.com. Is that how people reach you, please?
Yes, mediumkelly.com for my website, or social media is just at Medium Kelly for basically Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of it.
And same here, I'm at mediumcheryl.com, and I'm along with Kelly. I do a lot of most of my readings on Zoom or phone call right now. I am just getting out into public more. So as that allows for us to happen, both Kelly and I do public demonstrations. We also do group readings. We do a lot of that. And then we also do some email readings, but you'll always be seeing Kelly and I trying to reach as many people as we can. We're really trying to build a beautiful community. That's why we were being called to do this program for you today, and really for the next few months coming up on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So just really stay tuned to Seeing Beyond Transformed, Living Transformed. You'll always see me and Kelly going on live Facebook, or we'll be doing anything we can on YouTube just to really get the word out that we have some beautiful teachers. We have some beautiful guests coming up. So we're very excited and very honored. And if you have any suggestions for our show, we so appreciate you emailing them into us at seeingbeyondradio.com. Email your suggestions, or as Mary gave us, a topic that would help her and probably help a lot of people, right, Kelly?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have 2 minutes left, Cheryl. I just want to share a message here. Today is kind of, it's 4:20, right? And we're starting the show on 4:20, and I am not a pothead, but I don't care. I mean, I know everybody smokes it now, but it's not me, right? But to me, that number and that time and this day kind of just reminds me of my son. And I feel like one of the messages I wanted to share and leave with everybody is that, remember that like we live for the moment, like right now, here and there. And the physical things, like the things that we buy with money, those things, they don't matter when we pass and when we leave. And our spirit loved ones just want us to remember, like, the memories that we make, them, the moments we share. That's all we take when we go to the other side, right? Those are the things that your loved ones are left with as well. So don't forget to really make the most of every moment of every day with your family, your friends, your loved ones, and really tell everybody how much you love them, how much they mean to you, because those are the important things. Cheryl, we have 1 minute.
I love it. I love what you said, Kelly. It was just, if I could leave everyone with a message today, it would just be about having gratitude, for anything in your life. And, you've heard this before, having a gratitude journal, writing down 5 things, because when you start writing things down, you go way past 5, and just starting with the smallest things, but getting gratitude in your life, feeling that there's something coming, having hope that something wonderful is about to happen. These are great ways about being thankful, having gratitude, getting the wheels of favor turn your direction, right? And that's what Kelly and I are all about, is dealing with day-to-day topics and subject issues about, increasing your intuition so you can follow those synchronicities in the spirit as well.
All that guidance. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, everybody. It's been great doing our first show. I'm excited for all the future shows. And we're going to wish you a great week and see you guys next Wednesday. We're going to sign off here and wish you guys the best. Thank you. Hope we see you soon.
See you soon. Namaste.
Bye.
All right, you are clear.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Great job, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And then
All right.
I'm going to sign us off. of
Yeah, only note I
Facebook.
have for you is when the callers, just go ahead and make sure you introduce them. Say, all right, now we're going to listen or talk to Marie, or now let's listen. Yeah, just that way I have a clear, like, okay, boom, to connect them in, because otherwise you're going to hear them in the background if I put them in beforehand. So,
Okay.
and that's not your fault.